Headlines most affecting Abbotsford this week. Sumas First Nation will construct another fish weir. $10 a day childcare rolling out in Abbotsford and Mission. The world's largest aviation event focusing on women is back in Abbotsford. And the saga of Chase Claypool is the CFL in the cards. We'll have all that in sports. All right, Abbotsford, let's get started. The Sumas First Nation temporary fish weir has opened up a temporary installment of a non-permanent foundation structure for this year. Now, this marks the second year of a 4-year project. The pilot fish weir run started in 2023. Now, the goal of this is to assess the feasibility of safe and effective fish capture, handling, release, and bypass assessments. The weir will be operated as a live capture and release facility for all stocks. The sky is no limit. She is anything 2024. It's the world's largest aviation, aerospace, marine, and defense diversity outreach event for women and for everybody else at Abbotsford International Airport, April 27th to 28th. This is a free event. Since 2012, Achieve Anything Foundation have had free events. They've changed the lives of over 140,000 women and girls of all ages throughout North America. And they have provided over 13,000 women and girls with that incredible experience of a first flight in a helicopter. The newly approved provincial $10 a day childcare spaces have been unveiled by Victoria. So in Abbotsford, that includes Eagle's Nest, First Step, and Mowat. In Mission, it'll be Heritage Park. Dr. Joanne Archibald has been announced as the UFE's 4th Chancellor. Back in 2018, she was appointed as an officer of the Order of Canada for her substantial work in Indigenous education, and she is well known as a scholar who played a key role in weaving Indigenous content and ways of knowing into the curriculum at the K-12 and university levels. Now, her deep roots with UFE trace back 50 years, back to the days when UFE was in 1974 still called Fraser Valley College. Small delegation from the City of Mission recently presented the Waterfront Revitalization Master Plan to an international networking event with about 26,000 attendees at Cannes, France. Now, the city was awarded this opportunity to attend the international summit by the Economic Development Association of Canada. That committee called the Waterfront Revitalization Canada's most outstanding investment opportunity of 2023. And as part of the award, the City of Mission was provided with an exhibition space and free attendance to showcase the master plan. In partnership with Tourism Abbotsford Hospice Grief Support Society, once again gearing up for their 4th annual Horsepower for Hospice, and that's Sunday, August the 18th. It is literally all up and down South Fraser Way in downtown Abbotsford. There's about a 300 vehicle limit, so every vehicle has to pre-register. Now, the first 100 that register will get a swag bag the day of the event. All the funds raised will help the Abbotsford Hospice Grief Support Society. Coming up, Chase Claypool. Is he coming home to play? Sports is next. This week continues, and something that started last year, and even though there's the name Chilliwack in it, it is the Chilliwack Rotary Climate Fair. This applies to everybody in the Fraser Valley, from Langley to Abbotsford to Chilliwack to Hope. And Robyn Curtis, Dr. Tim Cooper, last year when we did this for the first year, we were kind of going, wonder if this is going to work, and it was a huge success. Here we are in year number 2, so what can we expect at this fair? What can we learn and take away from it?
Tim? All right. This year we actually have, so last year we had almost 40 booths of alternative energy, sustainable, all the programs, all the technology that you can imagine, electric cars. So last year we had almost 40 booths. This year we have over 50. We've actually run out of booths. We have sold out, but
this is a good thing.
This is a good thing.
Now, you had some incredible speakers, including Dr. Cooper. Are you going to be doing another round this year?
Well, we will be having, I believe it's 9 talks this year. Last year we had more. It was rather too many. So cut it down to 9 and nobody's repeating. So if you came to the talks last year, there's brand new talks this year.
So what are we covering? Everything from EVs to alternative energy? What are we doing?
So the talks are we actually have a gentleman coming from Uganda, if you can imagine it. So he's going to be speaking on how climate is affecting Africa in his area. We also have a fire ecologist coming to speak on the realities of forest fires, fast fashion, sustainable agriculture. 9 talks that it's all leaders in their field of expertise, but every talk is different. So fracking, you name it, but it's all on the website, so all the speakers are listed there.
And the timing is interesting too, because Trans Mountain just recently said that they are pretty much done with their construction, and I know that was a bit of a sore point, shall we say, last year. Is that going to come up in conversation too, because you were mentioning fracking?
I'm sure some of the speakers will bring it up, and there will be an awful lot of attitude of the people who come to the fair, because the people who come to the fair, chances are they're looking for clean energy solutions and to learn about clean energy. How far can we go? What can we do? Do we really need to use fossil fuels? And the answer to that is no, but we have people there that can show them why we don't need to.
In fact, we have an award-winning speaker, award-winning designer for buildings, who is coming to speak, and he'll actually talk about how you can actually save money and build without fossil fuels for our developers to learn.
Very cool.
On the transportation side, we have 3 companies bringing electric vehicles this time. We only had 1 last year.
Right.
And it's really sending the message to everybody who's willing to listen that if you buy a brand new vehicle, getting an electric car is going to save you a lot of money over the lifetime of the car. A little bit more expensive at the beginning, and that will change next year. But for now, a little bit more expensive at the beginning, but then you save a bundle on gasoline and on maintenance repairs.
And you'll be able to drive. Some of the car companies are bringing vehicles that you can actually test drive. So if you like the Rivian and you want to drive it around town, that's...
Everybody loves Rivian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One thing that really was very cool to watch last year was the age range of people showing up. And I'm assuming that you're really pushing that for the entire family aspect of the show.
Yes, we actually have a kids area, so there will be a place for kids to play while the parents get some time to go around and chat with the folks that are there to teach.
Now, this is at the Landing Sports Center. And again, the dates, not this weekend, next weekend. So that's the 13th and 14th, as I recall. How do we get tickets? How much are the tickets? What do we have to do?
You just walk in the door.
That's it?
Yep. It's totally free. Everybody's welcome. There's a fair amount of parking around there, so no problem coming in.
Yeah, I remember last year we were still having some construction rounds with parking, but everything's all paved. And you are available on every social media that you can think of? We hope.
We have a Facebook event that you can check out page, and then if you look up, Rotary Climate Fair, we have a beautiful new website where you can see all the companies that are going to be there, and all the sponsors as well that have made it possible, so that we can make it free. We also, it's a lot of people don't realize that we run this also as a fundraiser for environmental projects. So it is free for you to enter, but the companies have paid to be there, and the money that we collect for that will actually be used for environmental initiatives. So
very cool. This is going to be a ton of fun. And we all made the mistakes last year, so we know what we're doing this year.
Yeah, a tweet.
Exactly. Robyn, Dr. Cooper, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're watching This Week. Abby Sports, the NFL and U.S. sports talk show host Rod Pedersen has speculated on the future of Abbotsford football product Chase Claypool. Now, from his March 31st post to Facebook, quote, "Who says you can't go home? The NFL free agency period opened just a couple of weeks ago, and Chase Claypool was still unsigned, leading to speculation he could be returning," and this is an American saying this, "to his home and native land." Now, the Twitter account of NFL Notifications reported that Saturday night that interest is reportedly heating up between the BC Lions and the Saskatchewan Roughriders, both making competitive offers for the 25-year-old. Now, the Abbotsford product did spend the past 4 years in the NFL with Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Miami. In 9 games with the Dolphins last year, he caught 4 passes. While NFL flag football spring 2024 registration technically ended last Tuesday, late registrations can be made. However, late fees will be charged, and they can't accommodate what they're calling friend and coach requests. Games are every Saturday at Abbotsford Middle School. April 1st marked the start of the freshwater fishing season, so a new basic non-tidal fishing license is required for anybody over the ages of 16 and older to want to fish in BC's freshwater. And congratulations to right-handed pitcher Cade Smith. He's a Chilliwack Cougars product, but he also went to Abbotsford's MEI, and he was first drafted in his grade 12 year. So he opted to go to the University of Hawaii, and following his stint in Honolulu, he signed with the Cleveland Guardians. Well, this year, he made the opening day roster for the Guardians, and in his first start, with mom and dad in the stands, he struck out 5 batters in 2 innings. Cleveland won 12-3 in Oakland against the Athletics at the Oakland Coliseum. Coming up, Cari with the weather. abbyTV weekend weather. So, Cari, are we expecting April showers for the flowers?
Hey Abbotsford, our weekend weather's not looking so great. It's probably going to rain on Sunday, slight chance. And next week, not looking so great either. Maybe sunshine on Wednesday, might peek out. And it's going to get up to maybe 16 degrees and probably hover around 4 or 5 at night. Gonna wait for this truck to go by. Fun fact, the eclipse is happening on Monday. We won't be able to see it, but parts of North America will be able to. And the next time those parts get to see a total eclipse again will be in about 360 to 410 years. So there's a big wait. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn.